Hello, welcome to another edition of Better English in Tacoma. In this pronunciation video, we're going to be looking at the ED ending. This ED ending has several uses. It will be the past tense of regular verbs, like when we change from walk in the present tense to walked in the past tense. We'll also use this ED ending sometimes for adjectives. We might talk about used cars or excited children. The ED ending has three different sounds. It can sound like id, t, or d. And which sound is used depends on the sound that comes right before the ED in that word. Let's look first at words where the ED ending sounds like id. If the sound right before the ED is a t or d, the ED becomes id. So the word wait becomes weighted. Need becomes needed. Notice that we're adding a syllable to each of these words when we put that id sound. Wait has one syllable, weighted has two syllables. Invite, two syllables, becomes invited, three syllables. And decide becomes decided. Note also that we're interested not in the letter that comes right before that ED ending, but the sound. Wait and need have the letters T and D right before the ED ending, but invite and decide both end in an E. But the sound at the end of the word is the T or D sound, so the ED still becomes that id sound. The ED can also sound like a T. If the sound before the ED is a voiceless sound, the ED becomes a T. And voiceless means that your vocal cords will not be vibrating. So if you put your hand on your throat and you don't feel any vibration, that's a voiceless sound. So the consonants that will give us that voiceless sound and make the ED have a T sound are the F, F, K, K, P, P, S, S, CH, Ch, and SH, sh. So the F sound in laugh, when the ED is added, it becomes laughed. We put that T sound, laughed. The K in kicked gives us kicked. The P in hoped gives us hoped. The S in dance gives us danced. The Ch in reach gives us reached. And the Sh in brush gives us brushed. Note again, though, that we're interested not in the letters, but the sounds. The F sound in laugh is formed by a GH, but it's still that F sound. And the S sound, S, in dance comes from a C, but we use that T sound because it's an S sound, even though it's the letter C. Now the ED can also sound like a D. And this happens if we have a voiced sound right before the ED ending. And the voiced sound means that we do feel our vocal cords vibrate. We have both consonants and vowels that will give us that D sound for the ED. So the voiced consonants are the B or B sound, the G, both hard and soft, so G or J. The L sound, L, the M sound, M, the N, N, the NG, Ng, the R, the hard TH, th, the V, V, and the Z, Z. And then the vowels in English are voiced, so any ED that's following a vowel will sound like a D. So, the B sound in rub gives us rubbed. The hard G in bag gives us bagged. The soft G in judge gives us judged. The L sound in call gives us called. The M sound in blame gives us blamed. The N sound in loan gives us loaned. The NG in bang gives us banged. The R sound in wire gives us wired. The hard TH in breathe gives breathed. The V in love gives loved. And the Z sound in raised gives us raised. Notice again, we're not interested in just the letters, but the sound. That Z sound in raise comes from an S, but we're still going to have that D sound for the ED ending. And all the vowels will give us that D ending as well. So we'll have played, agreed, cried, snowed, and accrued. Let's look at a sentence that uses these ED endings. Bill hoped that Sandy would be interested in selling used cars. So the P sound, that P in hope, gives us hoped with a T. The interest ends in a T, so we get that id. And use has the Z sound, so it gives us the D for the ED ending. Let's read the sentence together. Bill hoped that Sandy would be interested in selling used cars. Now you read the sentence. Did you hear the difference? Good. Now it's quiz time. I'm going to show you 2 words in each row, and I want you to say the words aloud and decide whether they have the same or different sound for that ED ending. So what about row 1? These have the same sound. Rolled and poured both have that D sound. What about row 2? These are different. Cleaned has the D sound, but sniffed has the T sound. What about row 3? These are the same. Both washed and convinced have the T sound because they're voiceless right before the ED. What about number 4? These are different. Encouraged has the D sound, but padded has the id sound. Number 5. These are also different. Liked has the T sound, but breathed has the D sound. Number 6. These are the same. Both flow and stay have vowel sounds, so we're going to get that D for flowed and stayed. Number 7. These are going to be different. Amazed has the D sound, but watched has the T sound. Number 8. These are going to be different as well. We have helped with the T sound, but moved with the D sound. Number 9. These are different. Disappointed has the id sound, and begged has the D sound. Number 10. These are different as well. Continued has the D sound, boxed has the T sound. Number 11. These are also different. Coughed has the T sound, and welcomed has the D sound. What about number 12? These are the same. Both disturbed and freed have that D sound. And our last one, lucky 13, these are also the same. We have banged and tried, both ending with that D sound. Now, as with many, many rules in English, there are exceptions. Here are some adjectives that have the id sound when we would expect them to have either the t or the d sound. I'm going to read each of these words as they would be said if they are adjectives. Dogged, aged, learned, blessed, ragged, wicked, naked, crooked, and wretched. And it gets a little bit confusing because if these words are used as verbs, they keep their t or d sound. They just have that id sound when they're used as adjectives. So aged, if we use it as an adjective, we would say the aged man sat quietly. But if we use it as a verb, we would say Julie aged very gracefully. Learned or learned, if it's an adjective, we say the professor was a learned speaker. But Mary learned her work quickly. And blessed or blessed, we would say blessed are the peacemakers. But we would say that Joseph blessed the meal before eating. So there you have it, the ed ending with 3 different sounds. The id sound, if the ed follows a t or d sound. The ed will sound like a t after voiceless consonant sounds, and it will sound like d if it's after voiced consonants or vowel sounds. I hope you've enjoyed and learned something from this video. We hope to see you again on Better English in Tacoma.